Good morning. I am packed up and I've sorted through my food cache, walking along this road to an explosives depot. There's a sign back there saying no access. Anyway, this is where I had stored my food cache. I'm gonna leave it closer to the main road now that I've retrieved everything I want out of it. This is a bit of a difficult drive. It's a little overgrown. So when I come back to retrieve it, I don't want to have to drive down here. It's only a few hundred meters to the main road. It's about 10 a.m. So late start, but that's okay. Oh, I need to switch hands. This is getting heavy. So today, I have to decide if I'm gonna do a lot of bushwhacking or stick to the roads. The bushwhacking is a bit shorter, but the roads would be a lot faster. So, I don't know. I don't have to decide right this minute. So I'm gonna put it off. Okay, I've just tucked my cache in the bushes there. It's in that 5-gallon bucket with the lid tightly on and a garbage bag around it and a note inside that says what it is and please leave it there with my business card and everything. So on the off chance that someone does find it, hopefully they'll leave it there, but I don't think a bear will sniff it out. I didn't find the last one I left like that. So now I'm off to Atluck Lake down the road this way. It's about an hour's walk, so I'll check that out. And then there's some caves and limestone formations nearby that I want to check out. So I'll go to those, and then I'll see how I'm feeling about a day-long bushwhack compared to an easy road walk with lake paddling. I'm leaning towards the road and the lakes. Just through these trees is Atluck Lake, but there's no trail or road to it, and it's not really high on my list of things to see, so I'm not going to bother bushwhacking to it. It's not on my route really. I just thought it would be nice to check out, but I don't see any way to access it other than a roundabout way on a road, which is way out of my way, so I'm not gonna bother. If I decide to do the bushwhack, it's to the right of that mountain on the right, up a valley, kind of behind the trees there, in between that mountain with the clear cut on it on the left and that peak in the center of the frame. That's the Huson Range, and it's a provincial park back in there. But there's no information about any trails or anything. I've done way more bushwhacking on this trip already than I had planned, and I'm kind of over it, so we'll see. I'll take a look at the caves and see how I'm feeling. This is Huson Lake. I'm paddling along the shore here. I think that's Pinder Peak there. I was looking for fossils in the limestone, but now I'm in the basalt. It's beautiful here. I see some rain showers in the direction I'm going, so hopefully they hold off for me. The wind just started blowing. There's a surprising number of people here. Well, now I'm walking the logging roads between Huson Lake and Atluck Lake, I think. Huson Lake was nice. It's a shame that idiots have to ruin remote places like this, leaving dog turds and toilet paper along the shore. If you're one of those people, give yourself a slap. It might be obvious, but I've decided to take the lakes and the roads instead of the unknown bushwhack uphill. When I was planning this trip, I thought that would be a fun adventure, but I've already had lots of fun adventures like that unexpectedly, so I don't need to go out of my way in search of them. Now I get to do more paddling and explore some lakes that I wouldn't otherwise see. This is a short little walk, about 3 kilometers between Huson Lake and Atluck Lake. I think I go that way. I just need to check my map. I've seen more people today than most days on this trip, which is surprising, but those caves were really worth the side trip. I guess the word is out that they are really beautiful, and then people come camping at lakes like that one. When I went to put in at the other end of the lake, a young couple was there trying to take some photos, and it was just kind of awkward. But there's only one way in, so I had to walk right through their little photo shoot. It's coming up on 3 p.m. I haven't really gone that far today, but I was dealing with my food cache and then exploring around the little caves. I don't really have a destination in mind. I'll just see how far I get. I just know that I don't want to be camping around people like that. So I finished my little road walk to Atluck Lake from Huson Lake or Huson Lake. This is beautiful. Looking up at Pinder Peak. That's where I came from. And that's where I'm heading. I arrived at the east end of the lake, and it was kind of a gong show. There's a wreck site there, and there were a bunch of trailers full of people they had a speedboat, and they were doing donuts, pulling a tube, and there were people riding motorcycles and quads and stuff around the roads, just making lots of noise, and tons of kids and stuff, which I guess it's fun for them, but it's not really the experience I came out here for. So fortunately in 10 minutes I had my Packraft inflated and I was on the water, and now 10 minutes later I'm drifting way out here. It's totally silent aside from the wind and the occasional bird. This is a pretty rugged lake. There's a bit of a breeze, but it varies from a tailwind to an offshore wind and not really any waves. I'm about to blow into shore though here. There are a couple of decent sized islands in this lake. Might be fun to explore those another time. Nice little tailwind here. There's a road that basically follows the north shore here. I should have maybe picked the south shore to paddle along, but I think only one vehicle has gone by, so it's not a big deal. Can't remember what day of the week it is. Let me check. It's a Wednesday near the end of August. I guess people are taking their holidays and coming out here. It's still pretty quiet, but here comes a jet ski around the island. Still, I can't really complain. This is pretty beautiful. We just stopped at this little pullout right near the west end of Atluck Lake. I could have gone a little bit farther, a couple hundred meters on the lake, but then I'd be probably bushwhacking to get to the road, so this is perfect. I'm filtering some water there. Gonna pack up the Packraft and hit the road. And I think it's about 5:30 now. So I'll just go until I find a nice spot. Well, that was a nice little paddle. I'm back on the road. I've already gone over 20 kilometers today, so I'll be happy with however far I go. I dropped my audio recorder in the water back there, getting out of the Packraft. So we'll see if that'll dry out. So because I've decided to go this way instead of the bushwhack, I've got about, I think about a 20-kilometer road walk before the next paddle. So I won't finish that today. I'll just find a campsite and carry on in the morning, and I should reach some lakes or a river that I can paddle tomorrow. Saying goodbye to the lake there. Atluck Lake. It's worth revisiting sometime when there aren't so many people about. So I'm walking along here on the road, and there's this bottomless pothole right in the middle of the road. I cannot see how far in it goes, but one of these days I feel like this road is just going to be swallowed up. We're still in the area with the caves, so it's not super surprising. Beaver is trying to dam this stream, and it's starting to flood the road. Well, it's 10 to 8 and I've found a acceptable spot. It's nothing remarkable. It's off the side of this side road, but it'll have to do. It's the best I've seen in the past almost 2 hours, so I'm gonna stay here. I'm sitting here in the dusk eating my gruel, thinking about all the different campsites I've stayed in on this trip, and I think this is the worst one. I've only used bug spray 3 times on this trip, and this is one of them. I'm eating next to a dried up mud puddle sitting on a road. Granted, there's no traffic, that's a plus, but I could have probably picked a better spot.